Hi viewers, welcome once again to my channel Israeli Math Concept. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you the various inequality symbols and how they can be applied in real life situation. So many a times students face challenge of interpreting these various inequality symbol. But in the course of this video, I'm going to make an explicit introduction to all this concept of inequality symbol. And I will show you how they can be applied in real life situation. Let's start from the first one. The first inequality symbol we have here is greater than. This symbol simply means greater than. But what is the real meaning of this symbol greater than? It is very simple to explain. Assuming you have two handsets or phone which are Android version. Let's take for instance that this is the bigger phone you have with you, and also you have another smaller phone with you. Looking at this bigger Android version of your phone, and this smaller Android version of your phone, let's represent this bigger Android version of your phone with capital P. Then we also represent the smaller version of this Android phone with smaller p. So since their function varies, we already know that the function that this bigger phone will give to you will be more greater than the function that the smaller one will give to you. Hence, we can say that the bigger phone, which is represented with capital P, is greater than the smaller phone, which is represented with smaller p. So these are how we can easily interpret a situation of this form using those inequality symbol greater than to interpret a system of this form in real life situation. Having understood the meaning of this inequality symbol, which is greater than, and how it can be applied in real life situation, we also want to go into the meaning of this second inequality symbol, which is less than. Remember this inequality symbol, it means is less than. Is less than. Let's also take for instance, remember that this is your bigger Android version of your phone which has more function than the smaller one, or which can perform more function than the smaller phone. Then since the bigger one can perform more function than the other one, we already stated that the bigger one is greater than the smaller phone. But we can also put that the smaller phone is less than the bigger phone based on their functionality. Alright, looking at this, we've succeeded in interpreting these two items using the term or the inequality symbol greater than. In the same vein, we've also succeeded in interpreting these same two items with the inequality symbol less than. So you can see that all these inequality symbols can be applied in real life situation. Then, having understood the meaning of this inequality symbol, which is less than, and how it can be applied in real life situation, let's also move to the third inequality symbol we have. This third inequality symbol, we call it is greater than, is greater than, or remember the one on top implies is greater than, and the one below means that is equal to. The meaning of this inequality symbol is greater than or equal to simply means that any value that is attached to this greater than or equal to should take its value from exactly that number you are given, then upwards. I'm still going to come back to explain what this number 3 means. By the time I begin to explain from number 1 to number 4 again, you will understand better the meaning of this number 3. But let's go into number 4 inequality symbol. And the number 4 inequality symbol we have is less than or equal to. We call it is less than or equal to, or equal to. Is less than or equal to. This is the meaning of this inequality symbol. The one on top means is less than, and the one below means equal to. So combining them together, it now means is less than or equal to. Is less than or equal to. This is very simple. This means that when you are trying to interpret is less than or equal to in real life situation, if you are given a particular number and you are given this symbol, it simply means that you are taking values from that exact number you are given, then less than the number you are given. Remember that for this number 3, which is greater than or equal to, you take a value or range exactly from the number you are given and above. Then for this number 4, which is less than or equal to, you also conversely take a value from exactly the number you are given and below. That is the interpretation of this number 4 and number 3 respectively. But I'm going to throw further light on how we can also apply this. Let me start from the first instance. The first inequality symbol we have here is greater than. Assuming you are given a question of this form, that x is greater than 2, and you are asked to find the range of values of this x. What are the range of values of x? It's very simple. This implies that the range of values of x will be numbers that are greater than 2. And if we are considering natural numbers, you remember what a natural number is? It's just a natural counting numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to infinity. They are natural counting numbers. So assuming you are given a problem of this form, that x is greater than 2, and you are asked to find the values of this given x, variable x. How do you find it? It implies that x will take the values of numbers that are greater than 2. And natural numbers that are greater than 2 are numbers like 3, 4, 5, 6 up to infinity. Because 3 is greater than 2, then 4 is greater than 2, 5 is greater than 2. So we say that the values for this given x, which is greater than 2, are numbers that are greater than 2. And if we are considering natural numbers, we have numbers like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And actually, natural numbers does not terminate. It gets to infinity. Hence, I will just put in comma, then 3 dots. The 3 dots implies ellipsis, and it means the continuation of number. That means the number does not end, but rather it is tending to infinity. So the values of this x, which is greater than 2, if you are considering natural numbers, are those values that are more than 2, which are natural numbers. And what are the values that are more than 2? They range from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they are tending to infinity. Having understood this very first symbol, which is greater than, let's also continue with the second inequality symbol, which is less than. Assuming we are given a problem of this form by saying that x is less than 5, and we are asked to find the range of values of x, which is less than 5. This implies that the range of values of x are those set of numbers that are less than x. Remember, this is 5, and the numbers that are less than 5 are the values that will be contained inside this set of x. And what are those numbers that are less than 5? Automatically, the numbers which are natural numbers that are less than 5 are numbers like 4. Remember, 4 is a natural number, and 4 is less than 5. Apart from 4, we also have another number, 3. 3 is less than 5, and after 3 we have 2. After 2 we have 1, and after 1 we end it here. Remember that these are natural numbers. Zeros and negative values does not fall into natural numbers. When we start to treat of real numbers and otherwise, we are going to talk of values which are real numbers. But for now, natural numbers, 0 is not among them, negative values are not among them. So automatically these are the values which pertains to natural numbers. So the numbers that are less than 5 are numbers like 4, 3, 2, and 1 respectively. So having understood the application of the inequality symbol less than, let's also begin with the third example of inequality symbol, which is greater than or equal to. Let's say, for instance, we are given a question like this, that our x, we mustn't use x, we can change it to y. Any variable is still good. Maybe y is greater than or equal to 3. Remember, what we are trying to target are those values that are greater than or equal to 3. Remember, I said when I was interpreting this symbol greater than and equal to, I said earlier that you are taking range exactly from the value you are given, then values above. But for this one, you are taking exactly the values you are given, then values below. So we are considering this one, which is y is greater than or equal to 3. So this implies that the respective values of y are those set of numbers that will take its range from 3. So it will now be 3, but because we are told that it is greater than or equal to, this equal to means that it will take its range from exactly 3. Then the greater than also means that after 3, it will take a higher range. But for this one, after the number in quotes, it will take another number from below. But for this one, it will take a range after 3, then a number above. So what is the number above 3? That is 4. What is another number above 4? That is 5. What is another number above 5? That is 6. Then comma, I put 3 dots. This 3 dot means that the number continues to travel and it is tending to infinity. It does not end, because numbers that are greater than or equal to 3 will take its range from 3 and up to infinity. Alright, let's get into number 4. Assuming we have that y is less than or equal to, let's take a value like 4, and we are asked to list the respective values of this y. It is very simple. This implies that our y will contain a set of numbers which will take its range from 4 because of this equality sign here. Remember, less than or equal to. So because of this equal to, it will take its range exactly from 4. And after 4, it will take a range that is less than 4 because we have less than on top. So ranges that are less than 4 will now be 3. Another one that is less than will now be 2. Another one less than will now be 1. Then we end the numbers here. If you are considering for natural numbers, numbers that are below this are no more natural numbers. We are considering natural numbers, which are natural counting numbers from 1 to infinity. We have to stop here. Alright, thank you for viewing, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Israeli Maths Concept, and also to follow me on Facebook so that whenever I drop a new maths content, you'll be notified. Thank you and see you next time. Remember to share this video. Goodbye.